Hi, I'm Lisa. Woohoo! So happy to be out riding again. The weather is good. In this video, I want to talk about using the body lean for curves on the Can-Am because it's different from a two-wheeler. Come along! Hi, I'm Lisa. This is my third video on curves. In this one, I want to show what leaning looks like on a Ryker. It's different from a two-wheeler where the biker actually leans into the curve and counters gears to navigate through the curve. Well, our Rykers and Spyders don't lean, but that doesn't mean that the rider doesn't lean. In fact, leaning helps me get through a curve, so that's what I want to show in this video. In my first curve video, I showed how I got over being freaked out by big curves. In my second video, I show how I develop a habit of looking through the curve, which helps me know how fast I can take the curve. On today's ride, I feel so much more comfortable with both big and sharp curves. There are three things that I do that help me. First is pointing my chin to the end of the curve. My riding instructor says to look to the end of the curve, which is what I do. But I found that if I literally point my chin to the end of the curve, not only does that take my eyes to the end of the curve, I also get a better sense of what speed I can take the curve. So I slow down as I approach a curve until I feel comfortable. Then I either maintain throttle or open up the throttle slightly, and I find that I'm comfortable with throttling through. The second thing I do is lean my shoulder closer to the handlebar on the inside of the curve. So if I'm curving right, I lean forward and dip my shoulder closer to my right hand. If I'm curving left, I lean forward and dip my left shoulder closer to my left arm. What that does is it shifts my body weight to counter the centrifugal force stringer turn, which gives me better control of the handlebars. So although I'm not leaning the bike, I'm leaning the weight of my body towards the inside of the curve, because that counters the centrifugal force stringer turn and gives me better handlebar control. The third thing I do is lead the steering with a strong left arm. By leading with the left arm, I mean when I'm turning left, I pull with my left arm, and when I'm turning right, I'm pushing with my left arm. My left arm is leading. My right arm follows the strong left arm. This is because my right wrist is doing the throttling. If I'm too fast, I slow down the throttle, and if I can be faster, I open up the throttle. Dividing the jobs between my left and right arms this way allows me to isolate my right wrist so that I don't inadvertently open up the throttle because I'm pulling with my right arm. Early on, I had a problem with death grip, meaning I grabbed the handlebar so tightly that when I pulled the right handlebar to turn right, I opened up the throttle, which was freaking scary. So I worked on isolating my right wrist and being very conscientious about throttling because my right arm's job is throttling, so I gave the steering job to my left arm. It works for me. Now, a fourth thing, which I don't do, but I hear it's helpful, so I will be trying it out when I get to that level, is pushing with your leg on the outside of the curve. So as you're leaning into the inside of the curve, you can simultaneously push the leg on the outside of the curve. I think that may allow me to take a curve at a faster speed. I'm not there yet, but many Can-Am riders say that it's helpful, so I think I'll try that out later. I ride in the Texas Hill Country and love the views that I get on the bike. Where there are hills, there are curves. And this is where we rode today. Mastering curves make these rides so enjoyable. There's nothing like throttling up a hill and being bedazzled by a view of the vista. If you get freaked out by curves, give these tips a try. Practice makes habit. Thanks for coming along with us today. Please subscribe for more tips and trips on my Ryker and give me a thumbs up. Ride safe!